Hello and welcome to TVC News this hour. To strengthen trade, commerce and social interaction, Nigeria and the Republic of Benin have concluded arrangements to establish a joint one-stop border at the Segbana border. The Comptroller of the Nigeria Customs Service, Kebbi State Area Command, Ehenacho Ernest Ojike, says the meeting held on the 22nd of May with representatives from Benin Republic at Segbana is to streamline efforts towards enhancing socio-economic activities. Officials from the two countries are working to fine-tune operational modalities for effective border functioning, benefiting both entities. Both countries have also agreed to establish an internationally recognized one-stop border post. Some civil society organizations in Bayelsa State have raised concerns over the surge in illegal immigration. The organizations began the sensitization campaigns with a roadwalk. Joseph Kunde has the details.
Figures from the Nigerian Immigration Service Data Analysis System shows that about 2 million persons emigrated from Nigeria in 2022, while also 1.5 million left the country in 2023. With these disturbing statistics, the JAPA Youth Project hopes to change the narrative as it embarks on a roadwalk in Irregular to sensitize young people against irregular migration that could negatively impact their future.
We just did a roadwalk telling Bayelsans, telling Nigerians that there's a normal route, there's a legal route you can take to leave this country. And not just that, there are so many issues of JAPA within Nigeria. Our youths are rushing into cultism, drug abuse, pipeline vandalism and all of that. So we did this work to create an awareness to say those things are not good, it will not help our youth. They should join us in this campaign and see how we can make Nigeria a better place.
By the time we all JAPA, who will be left? Our grandmothers and fathers? Are they the leaders of tomorrow? So I think we should stop this JAPA thing. For me, Nigeria has so much potentials for us to build our self-capacity and otherwise. When you go to this place, you're just a second-class citizen. Most of them are highly marginalized.
Made up of civil society groups, relevant agencies and non-profit organizations, the project promotes youth development instead of irregular migration.
Many of these young youths are being deceived, thinking that there is a better job over there, and not knowing what they will meet over there. And when they go, they'll be exploited, they'll be used as slaves. We are not saying don't travel, but you must have a proper information of where you are going to and what you're going to do.
If you have something in your hands, you won't be thinking of an alternative. So most times it's idleness that causes this. So the government should please help and empower the youth, not just employment alone.
The pilot project seeks to empower youth through skill acquisition and engages policymakers, among other key players, in a one-day program to encourage self-reliance among youth in the Bayelsa State. Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Irregular.
Barely a week after a shipment of 175,000 bottles of codeine-based syrup was seized at the Port Harcourt Port Complex in One, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency intercepted another consignment of 175,000 bottles of the same opioid imported from India. The two seizures followed earlier intelligence which made the agency request that a shipment be stepped down for a 100% examination. The latest seizure, weighing 26,250 kg, was made on Friday, the 7th of June 2024. The same vein, NDLEA officers also intercepted 5 different parcels containing illicit drugs concealed in ladies' clothes and synthetic air going to the United States and the United Kingdom on the 5th of June. Similar arrests were also made in many states, including Kebbi, Benue, Bauchi, Kogi, and Benue. Away from that, medical administrators have resolved to embrace service and patient-centered operations at tertiary health facilities in the country. This forms part of the resolutions from a meeting of medical directors and chiefs of federal tertiary health facilities in Gombe. Larry Adeyemi has the details.
The Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe hosted leaders of the healthcare sector in Nigeria. They are administrative heads and chiefs of all federal tertiary facilities, including teaching hospitals and research centers. After 3 days of deliberations, they have chosen to adopt what they consider a better approach to healthcare service delivery.
What do we do in this meeting? We do peer review. We share excellent practice, what is done from one hospital to another. So when we go to a new place, like we are here in Gombe today, we are going to see so many of his achievements that he has made. And by so doing, some of us will also learn.
Staff-friendly hospital and patient-centered. So all what we do now, we are better in terms of making the environment to be convenient for the services to occur.
The medical chiefs got a vote of confidence from the president of the National Association of Resident Doctors and their host state, Gombe.
To partner with the colleges to go in for their practicals in our various facilities. We've also signed MOUs, like he mentioned to you, with the whole hospital to the Federal Teaching Hospital to manage in order to improve healthcare in Gombe State.
This auspicious house has a crucial role to play in our healthcare sector, in reversing the brain drain, in ensuring an improved healthcare sector. And it is this reason why not just myself but my association comes leaning on you once again, that our healthcare sector needs saving, and we know you can achieve this for us.
The Minister of Health, who joined the meeting virtually, talked about the need to focus on collaboration and synergy. He is pleased with the result of better linkage between development partners, states, and the federal government.
The state exemplifies a state that complements what the federal government is doing. I think we work very closely with your official, with your government from the federal level to ensure that we deliver better health for our population, and that's the spirit.
Medical directors and heads of federal tertiary health facilities meet every quarter to review their operations and work to resolve challenges facing the country's health sector. Landry Adeyemi, TVC News, Gombe.
Pharmacists have called for increased funding and strategic partnership to boost pharmaceutical research and development in Nigeria. They made a call at the 44th anniversary of the Institute for Advanced Medical Research, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. Olaide Iwole has the details.
Nigeria's pharmaceutical industry faces myriad of challenges, from regulatory issues and counterfeit drugs to insufficient funding and adequate infrastructure, which is in turn affecting quality healthcare delivery.
The speakers chosen.
Concerned about these problems, medical experts have said that strengthening this sector is crucial for ensuring the availability of quality medications and fostering innovation in drug discovery and development.
Yes, if things are done well, companies should be looking for land in Yemetu. The same way we have MIT and we have a hub, or the same way you have the Silicon Valley, the Stanford University, and you have all the companies coming round because they want to feed on the research that is being done.
We seek to advance the Institute's work and impact by doing the following: expanding our capabilities to investigate new and emerging areas of medical science, including pharmaceutical drugs, equipping our researchers with world-class training, world-class training and facilities.
Can we have an agency that takes the burden of the researchers, that sits down and they have a board of trustees looking at everybody's interests, concern, and their own goal is that we want Nigerian translational, innovative medicines available not only to our Nigerians but to the whole world.
The current economic reality of inflation is also a factor affecting the pharmaceutical industry, leading to patients being unable to afford prices of drugs. But what has the Oyo State government done to address this issue?
Under the Drug Management Agency as a body, then we now have what we call a drug revolving fund. It involves all the pharmaceutical companies coming together and say, okay, we want to give you drugs, go and use the drugs, and the returns, you can come back. So we are getting drugs directly from the producers. And because we are getting drugs directly from the producers, it becomes cheaper.
The event also serves as a remembrance of a notable personality who contributed to the development of medical research at the institute, Pakayo de Fashino. Oladio Yowole, TVC News, Ibadan.
The National President of Nigeria Union of Complementary and Alternative Medicine Practitioners, Professor Badiriwa Adewale, has called for proper integration of herbal resources as alternative complementary medicine in the healthcare system. Rafiu Hamid was at the program in Osogbo and has the details.
It is the maiden conference of the Traditional Complementary and Alternative Medicine Board in Osun State. The board was birthed in 2018 at the Federal Ministry of Health with a mandate to promote traditional herbal resources as alternative medicine to complement healthcare delivery.
I want to appreciate the governor, the executive governor of Osun State, Senator Nuruddin Adeleke Jackson. The reason we are here today, the first conference ever for Tinkan Board in Osun State, to educate our people, to let them know our mandate, what we're supposed to do and what we don't need to do.
Professor Badiriwa Adewale said government has so much to benefit if the potentials of the herbal resources are fully tapped into. According to him, notable countries like India, Israel, China, and many others in the United Kingdom and the United States are now making use of alternative medicine to complement their healthcare system.
COVID-19 has taught us a lot of things that not all problems can be resolved with Western medicine. So there is need for us to integrate. Integrating medicine is the order of the day all over the world now. Go to Israel, go to US, go to UK. Complementary medicine is the order of the day. There's nothing stopping us from doing the same thing in Nigeria. Traditional medicine is a very big industry we should tap into. It could solve our problem. It's even richer than oil. A lot of things we can benefit from complementary and alternative medicine. So if we are able to embrace it, it's going to help us. I want people to put aside politics.
Government of Osun State, as far as the House of Assembly is concerned, will continue to do everything within the ambit of the law and constitution to make sure that alternative therapy and traditional medicine is being inculcated into the health system of Osun State.
Participants at the event were lectured on different topics to include recent developments of the traditional, complementary, and alternative medicine in Nigeria, as well as healing potentials of indigenous plants, among others. Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Osogbo.
You're watching TVC News. We'll take a moment and return with more stories. Please stay with us.
You're watching Beyond 100 Days with Nifemi Oguntoye. President Tinubu, since he assumed office,
we are on our way to progress. 6
out of the 8 APC federal lawmakers
have a movement structure that's going to take back our party in Enugu State. Because this one I'm seeing is tales by moonlight. It's not working.
So I'm wondering what you think, or who you think can stop him now.
He doesn't own the party.
One of the causes of inflation is because people cannot go to the farm.
The government still needs to do more so that people can eat.
I believe what we're clamoring for is more responsible use of social media. Not that people just go in there and think that they can say anything to anybody.
Tinubu is not one who believes in the same thing. I mean, he wants to get it done. He will face it. He will get it done.
Yes, the president, from inception of his administration, focused squarely on diversifying the economy and driving in investments to cushion the effect of everything that we've seen, ranging from COVID-19 to the global commodity shocks, global financial crisis, and all of that.
I was privileged to have worked under a governor who believed in the system, who also built up the system, and I'm going to do the same.
All right, that's our show today, everyone. Thanks for being a part of it.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
Thanks for staying with TVC News. Some residents of Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, are still reacting to the new national anthem, which was signed into law by President Bola Tinubu on the 29th of May. Miriam Daniels has more on this report.
The recent move by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to change the national anthem received different reactions across the country. In Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State's capital, it was no different. To some, it is commendable, while others consider it a misplaced priority.
We have a whole lot of things that is disturbing the country, definitely not national anthem. I don't see any way the policy of national anthem is helping us.
See tomatoes now the price. National anthem, your child will spank your face. Things don't cost, things too cost. Let's talk about food items. Let's talk about what we are facing now. Let's forget about national anthem. What's that? But what's that now? Look at, okay, for instance now, potato. Nobody was even taking potato as anything. But potato now is 50,000 payback.
No major effect in our life, in our daily life. It's an old thing that have been. But another thing that comes to my mind is Nigeria we held thee as a head. It seems that is reflecting the situation that we have presently now. Look at a toothpaste that we were buying as 100 and 200, 300. Now it's 2,000 something.
Nigeria has almost fallen. We need to go back. Even the Bible says that when we fall, let us go back and do the first things in life. Sometimes those things we do now may cause Nigeria down. Because the weddings of the old national anthem was so presentable and so pleasing to God. And this may be why Nigeria is bending. I don't say Nigeria is falling. Nigeria is bending, according to Soyenka.
Meanwhile, to President Bola Tinubu, it's nothing short of a priority.
We are one and one Nigeria, and we should be proud of our greenback. That is the passport. In fact, if I have my way, I will bring back our old first national anthem. That describes us much, much better. I don't know why we change it. It's about service. It's about diversity. It's about commitment, the value our nation building.
Let me congratulate him for signing into law the old national anthem, which I've always maintained has been the best anthem for us. It is Nigeria we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. And that line is also seen in the state anthem, that we must rise above ethnicity and run the race that is set before us in one accord.
For the Nigerian national anthem, Mr. Albert Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
Nigeria, we hail thee. The anthem was composed by Lillian John Williams, a British expatriate, in 1960 after the federal government placed an advertorial for all citizens to put in entries, but changed by the military government under Olusegun Obasanjo, then head of state, in 1978. 46 years after, we're back to the first national anthem. How popular is the new anthem among the younger Nigerians? We took a walk to town to find out. We met several young people.
Yes, now. If the una no play the band, I know the singer. That's in a church dance.
But only this woman was willing to give it a try. She's a trader, and her mom had taught her the anthem some years back.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria, all proud and to save our sovereign motherland.
We were shown an aged trader, whom everyone was certain was the best bet for the assignment. He sang all 3 stanzas to the admiration of all spectators.
Healthy, our own dear native land, though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
What efforts are schools making to get the students acquainted with the new anthem? While practice makes perfect, and in no time, Nigerians will become acquainted with the change. They also expect that the country truly lives up to the call in the wordings of the new national anthem. Miriam Daniels, TVC News, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State.
Outside Nigeria, Europeans in 20 countries are going to the polls on the biggest and final day of voting for the European Parliament. In a year of pivotal elections, the EU vote is especially significant on a continent witnessing polarized politics and increased nationalism. Europe's main centre-right grouping is expected to come top across the EU when first projections emerge later on today. However, three parties on the far right all have their eye on winning the most seats nationally. Recall that voting already began on Thursday, Friday and Saturday for some EU countries, but the majority of EU member states are voting today. No, wait. Move.